Y'all, I had to come live. I've seen this skit first on my brother Deontay page. Shout out to Deontay and the Curlites. Y'all, I just seen something that just really hurt my spirit. But it's sad that some of the most beautiful girls, amen, have the lowest self-esteem. I think ReRe and Auntie finna talk on this one. Have the lowest self-esteem. This girl said she don't think she can find nobody better, and the boy drank water. She done, Lord, oppression. She done degraded herself, and he done brought her down so low that one of the best attributes about him is that the boy drank water. Water, H2O, the free stuff. Water. He drink water. So I take it he got a good urinary tract. If that's what she's saying. He drank water. And he not drinking enough with it. His face ain't that clear that the water making a difference. She said he drank water, y'all. I think this just took the cat. I can't. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all be mad at Auntie ReRe, but at this point, Shayla is special. Shayla really got a problem, y'all. If we don't come together and put Shayla in some counseling, this girl said he drank water. I really can't even fathom everything else she said, cause she said he drank water. Amen. I do agree with what Brother Deontay said. When you change, you got to change your surroundings. And this is why I can't throw Shayla to the dogs. And I do think that her character can be redeemed. First, I say it all the time, it starts with the apology to Amber. Been saying that. That's going to be the most powerful skit ever. When she truly remorseful and cry out to God and Amber face to face and ask for that apology for what she did to her friend. To somebody who was a friend of her. Amber never, not in one skit, downed or dogged Shayla. Never. The only time I think they ever got into it is when Shayla was telling her that Anthony wouldn't care about her having the party at Wayne's house. That's the only time. She checked her maybe 2 times, but it had to do with her marriage. And Amber was on point with that. But y'all, come on, man. Come on, somebody. Are you serious? And in my life, when I was younger, I had esteem issues because of my gap. I can't even say my weight because I really wasn't big, but I thought I was big at the time. Now I'm plus size for real. And I'm be honest with you, from 2023 to 24, I lost like 70 pounds. And I was real slim. Shout out to Wagovi. Shout out to Wagovi. Amen. Shout out to my doctor, who I hope she can get me back on Wagovi, but I lost 70 pounds. During that time, I wore clothes that I hadn't worn since high school. Like as far as being able to wear that size. I look good. I ain't gonna lie. I was feeling myself a little bit. But I wasn't happier. I wasn't happier being that 70 pounds lighter. My what do you call it? My taste in men didn't change. I still liked who I liked. I've always been the girl, and this was from high school. I always had that mentality, and it came from my mother. Because my mother, I never had low self-esteem to the point where I thought I was ugly, or I thought that I couldn't have who I wanted because, come on somebody, when I look back over my life, I've never dated, and I mean, I'm not bragging about this. The phone won't let me be great. It cut me off. But I've never truly dated an unattractive guy in my life. I can truly say that. They all were lookers. They were all people that I never forget. One time, a family member told me in one of my relationships, she was like, "You need to." I had started gaining weight, like in my late 20s, like weight, and she was like, "You better lose that weight, or he not gonna want to be with you." And I said, "Well, if he don't want to be with me, then that's on him." And when I went back and told him, he said, "What?" He said, "I don't care. Somebody, if you get bigger, that's just more of you to pick up." And I'm telling you, even losing the 70 pounds 2 years ago, I kept it off for like a year and a half. I've now began to get it back, amen. But a lot of the guys I talked to when I was 275, when I got down to 201, do you know that most of those guys said, "Shan, I liked you better when you were bigger"? Oh God. And I wasn't looking sick. I wasn't looking no type of way. I didn't like some attributes about my body. Like, say for instance, I didn't necessarily like because I feel like I lost some of my butt and I lost my breast. No matter what size I've been in life, I've always I think I've been a D cup since I was 9. And I got up to an EFGH when I got pregnant. And they've been big ever since. I mean, I'm just saying. And when I lost all that weight, I got down to like a 38G. I was still a G. But I didn't like my body because it was like, it didn't pop out. Like my booty, it started sagging and all that. And I'm being personal with y'all. I'm just a realist. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they'll get on weight loss medication, or they'll get the shot, or they'll get the surgery, and they lie about it. Why? I hate that. Like, I'm like, keep it 100. Tell people how you lost weight. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like you went to the gym and you worked out every day. Because eventually, when the medicine get cut off, or even with exercise, when you stop doing it, if you don't change your mental habit, you're going to go right back to it. The way I gained my weight back being 70 pounds light. I gained it back like in 2 to 3 months because I was going through depression, because I wasn't working. That's how I lost it. I mean, that's how I gained it back. And it's been a struggle to get it back off without help. And it's sad that in the medical field, because they've seen so many people being successful with it, I've never in my life had, I joke on the skits or whatever, but I've never had high blood pressure. I've never had diabetes. I've been blessed with those things. And I ain't gonna lie, the medicine kind of scared me because that was the only time in life I just had real bad side effects. I've always had pain issues because of my heavy breast. I've had pain issues in my back. So I have chronic back pain. But other than that, I haven't had most of the illnesses that heavyset people have. And I thank God for that. I really do. But anyway, getting back to the weight loss and weight gain, I realized during that period in my life that men, if you're doing it for a man, men are not, they don't care about what size you are. They care about that confidence you got. They care about that swag you got. And when I learned that, and I had learned it a long time ago, but I really, really learned it with the weight loss and weight gain recently. Well, I started loving ReShan, and I started loving myself, and I started walking in my own, and I started Negro please, or if I want to play with you, I'll play with you. If I want to entertain you, I'll entertain you, but I don't need you type mentality. Life is so much different. I don't tolerate a lot. I tried to do the dating app thing and everything, but it's like going on those dating apps, it's like, it's hit or miss. A lot of people crazy on them apps. I'm just gonna be honest. A lot of them, I don't admit they crazy. Or you got one time to talk to me crazy. Now, again, going back to the Shayla in me. And I'm not afraid to say it's some Amber in me and it's some Shayla in me. The Shayla, I would never be the Shayla that would do that to a friend. However, the Shayla in me that tolerate too much from people who have shown you who they are. That's the part that I struggle with the most. If I would say an esteem issue, it would be that more than anything. It wouldn't be, it has nothing to do with your looks, ladies. I'm speaking to my ladies now. I have seen beautiful girls. And you know, I had the opportunity to be around like a lot of different people. Beautiful girls. I'm talking about drop dead gorgeous girls get their ass whooped. Because the man got them up here. Esteem, calling her ugly, saying she worthless, and she believing it. And I'm looking at her like, you a girl, if I had that shape, if I had, girl, you think you ugly? You think you worthless? Because this Negro told you? And then 9 times out of 10, the Negro look like somebody done drug up at a crack house somewhere. And you sitting up here judging your worth and your looks based on somebody who, shit, nobody would talk to. I'm just saying. Ladies, it has nothing to do with your looks. When you got confidence, and I ain't gonna lie, I think I don't. Hey, Auntie done pulled some bad ones. And in my older age, amen, when I was like 43, 44, 45, all the men I talked to was young, and I'm just gonna put it out there. I was a cougar, I ain't gonna lie. When I became single, I'm just saying. And I ain't knocking y'all young girls. I ain't. But I'm saying, Auntie wasn't lacking nowhere. But it's about this. It's about how you feel about you. I recall once upon a time, I ain't gonna go into that because I ain't trying to go back that far. Amen. But, baby, it ain't got nothing to do with what you look. It's about what's up here. It's about what you tolerate. I'm going through it. You got them young girls who be like, oh, that's Auntie. Oh, what I'm gonna be jealous of you for? Oh, what this, that, and the third, baby. Anything Auntie want, Auntie can have it. I don't care how young it is, how it look, whatever. And it ain't got nothing to do with what's between your legs. You ain't got to have sex at all. Amen. You ain't got to have sex at all. Can I repeat that? Amen. Ha! I'm just saying. You get a man through your conversation, through the way you carry yourself, through the way you love yourself. That's how you get them. I'm single now. I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot of stuff I don't tolerate no more. And I'm the type of person where I won't say body count just a big, huge issue, but it is. It's like I never want to be in a spot and it's several people in the room saying, oh, I done had her before. Because I've been a pro-romance consultant before. And it's like, we teach women, like sexual health, things like that. Sex should be an experience, not a task. It shouldn't be something that you do with just any and everybody. It should be an experience. Amen. And I'm serious about that. And, some married people may feel a certain way. You should be committed, whatever. Whatever you do, do it safely and do you. You know what I'm saying? And be proud of it, whatever you do. I would say I make mistakes. Yes, I make mistakes. And I've had, you have those people that, again, you have soul ties with. Some people you lay down with, I ain't gonna lie, some I have had addictions before. Addictions, I have. Amen. But, but I'm just saying, whatever you do, but let me get back on the self-esteem. Y'all done got auntie. Y'all all up in auntie business. Let me get out of auntie business. And like I told y'all, there's different sides of ReRe. Y'all see the ReRe with the head wrapped up and, going to work every day. And then y'all done seen me, with my homely on and with my old school on. But there is a different side, amen. I ain't gonna say I'm a tyrant, but I'm just saying. You got to be able to switch it up. Amen. That's why I think I said in one of the other lives, it doesn't hurt me anymore for a man to see me without makeup on. It doesn't bother me for a man to see my edges, or a man not to see me at my best. So for me to even go live with the possibility of thousands of people seeing me in my raw form without makeup or whatever. Because if you see me in my raw form, that's the worst you go see me, baby. But trust and believe, if I want to switch it up, doll it up, whatever, what Sister Megan the Stallion said, she said she got on, or it might have been Sister Carter. They said 10 different looks, and my looks all kill. Amen. The book of 10 different looks, and my looks all kill. Amen. Or when she said, when Sister Megan said on the song WAP, she said, make you think you with somebody different each time. That's create an experience. But at the core of it, be you and be proud of whichever 10 people that pop up or whatever the case may be. Be proud and own it, man. Own who you are. And that's what I would love to see that from Shayla. And Amber might be the one. Amber used to try to lift her up and say, Shayla, baby, there's a better way, Shay, babe. And there is. For all the Shay babes out there, if y'all looking at Auntie, look in the mirror and love you. I don't care if you got freckles, pimples, moles, gap, whatever. I would never forget when I was bartending, and I tell people I didn't used to smile because I was, ashamed. I had a complex about my gap. How many of y'all know I love to smile now? Hey. And I was bartending one time. So it was this woman, some men at the bar or whatever. So I was smiling, they was eating it up. And so one of the guys, he was like, man, babe, I love your smile. She was at the bar, she was giggling. I could tell she was hating, but haters go hate. Hate, baby. So she was hating or whatever. And so then one of the guys, he had got a little tipsy. And he gonna say, I just want to put my tongue in between your gap. So I looked at her, I said, nah, brother. I said, you ain't be able to do that, bro. So I just played out, because when people get drunk at the bar, you don't just get, oh, what you say? So she was, he said her gap, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I looked at her like real nice. I said, baby, you laughing like that's a problem or like that's an issue. I said, baby, my gap is beautiful, baby. My gap brings all the boys to the yard, and I think I have a beautiful smile. And I think when one of the little dude, he was like, damn, sure do. I said, and do. And smiled at her ass. You don't let nobody get in your head to make you think that you are less than what you are, and that you ain't that queen that you are. Whether I need a perm right now, finna go get my eyebrows arched right now, you love you. And I'm not gonna say, I have been times in life where I let a man run me, where I let a man decrease my self-esteem. But this 48-year-old, size 16, 18, I think they are 38G or something like that. Not 38G, no, ain't 38 nothing no more. The 42G, whatever they is, these thick thighs, and this real booty without any shots in it or nothing else, baby, I'm not intimidated by nobody. The only thing at this big age right now that I care about is I want to be able to be financially equal to my partner. And I like boss men. I ain't gonna lie. I like the Anthonys, the Waynes. I don't even care what color you are. I like a boss. I like somebody who can teach me something mentally, physically, and financially. That's what I want. I want a boss. And I ain't gonna lie, Auntie have talked to some people and some street pharmacists. But if they was a street pharmacist, they gonna be a boss. And I'm not a gold digger at all. The worst thing a man can do to me is brag to me about his car and his money, because neither impress me. I'm a sapiosexual. Sapiosexual is one, and I think it's a new word called cradosexual. Cradosexual is someone who's turned on by power and position. Sapiosexual is someone who's turned on by mental. Stimulate my mind. I could care less about, again, what you got, what you do. I don't care. Now, do you have those toxic physical connections? Yeah. That's my weakness. Yeah, thank you. But anyway, we're not here to talk about me. But we've been talking about me. I'm really talking about me so I can help encourage you, the Shaylas out there. And some of the Shaylas, they'll come across as the baddest ones in the club. I've seen it. You got the nice cars. You talk to nothing but the ballers. But that baller talking to you like trash. You got the pretty heels. You in Gucci. You in Prada. You bragging about what you got. But up here, you have no self-worth. Because you would let a man use your body and use you for money. And make you feel like you trash. But you look good. You look nice. And a lot of these podcasts and stuff, everybody act like they got the answer. I ain't got the answer to the sauce. Because if not, I'd be somewhere married and settled down. But I know God put me through the things he put me through so that I could learn to be powerful alone. Until you able to be alone, you cannot be with anybody. And as much as I want Amber and Anthony to work out, I will say that. Her biggest mistake is she went from Victor, then Kelvin was her friend. You got to be alone after a breakup. But once you alone, you good. Because then you can be a helpmate to somebody. Never get with somebody and that's your all. That used to be my mistake back when I was young and dumb. You wait by the phone for them to call and you waiting for you waiting for that response. You waiting for that validation. Validate yourself. Have something going on. And that turns a man on. I learned that. When a man feel like you got your own traction, you got your own money, you got your own business mindset, that shit's sexy. And I got a lot of homeboys. Some guys that I used to have experiences with. We friends now. And one of my friends, my old guy friend, he asked me, he said, you got a lot of guy friends. I said, yeah. I said, because a lot of them, some of them, not a lot, but we may have started out dating, courting, or whatever. And then they became my closest friends. And we talk. And I'm able to say, what do you think I need to do better? And they can do vice versa. And we have the difficult conversations. One of my closest friends, I would say is one of, I ain't gonna say that out loud. It might get recorded on that. But, hey man, we are very close. And we talk about everything. We share a lot. And we have some tough conversations, nigga, I can't believe you said that to me. And we might not talk for weeks just because we don't went that hard on one another. And it's love. If you ain't got nobody in your life to correct you, especially somebody of the opposite sex, to tell you when you wrong, to tell you when your shit stink, then you will never grow. Never. So Auntie ReRe gonna be honest with you. I see some girls, they put on such a show. They so pretty around everybody else. But can you show your real self? Can you take off all of your makeup and let people see you naked? Without the makeup, without the everything. And when I was able to when I was stripped of everything in 2004, including my job, including the finances, including all the things, that's when I feel like a bad, shut your mouth. Because it no longer mattered to me what the clique thought. It no longer mattered to me if you like what I got on or not. I don't give a damn if you like my outfit or not. If I like my outfit, that's all that matters, baby. If I like the dude I'm talking to, that's all that matters. I don't need your validation. And when you get to that point in your mind where you don't need nobody to pump you up and pride you up, you become like a beast. And when Shayla get there, and even when Amber get there, Amber got the mindset, the money, the clothes, the look. But it's that broken piece of her that needs to be built up. And I ain't gonna say I got the answers. I'm still in transition. I'm still finding out who I am. I went on that Facebook date and got to swiping, and I was like, this ain't it. Do I like eye candy? Yes. Do I like extracurricular activity every now and then? Yes, I do. But I've also come to the realization of who I am. And who I am is beautifully flawed. Who I am is perfectly imperfect. I love that little shirt from Shayla. I'm perfectly imperfect. Perfectly imperfect. And it's okay. And so are you. And so are the Shaylas of the world. But never degrade yourself so low that you say, he drank water. That was a powerful statement in Skitlanta. He drink water. That's how low Shayla feel about herself now. And I do believe what Brother Deontay said to be true. I do believe that we're going to see her character come, but her karma's going to come at a time that she don't want it. But she going to have to deal with it. They may give her karma before then. But why this light ain't changed, Lord? I've been sitting at this light for a very long time. I got to make my eyebrow appointment because my eyebrows is getting thick over here. But y'all, ReRe gonna be out. I got this part of the video, and I'm gonna add the other part of the video with it. But y'all, just ladies, love yourself. Never let a man degrade you to the point where you think like you can't do no better. That's what a narcissist does. I know females, or they might have kids, or they might have had a lot of kids or whatever. Then the man say, ain't nobody gonna want you with all them kids. They look like that little TikTok meme. Yes, it is. It's somebody who wants you. True story. Girls go around here and we put on bras and we try to make them sit up and all that. The sexiest thing a man ever told me before, he said, man, don't come to my house no more with that on. Let them hang. I said, let them hang. Hang. And I've been free. It frees you. Amen. Amen. But anyway, love you, love your body. Get in that mirror, look at your body naked. Look at every roll. The other friend thing I got waist beads. The kind that break. And they is getting tight, so I need to lose some weight. And I got them to kind of keep me conscious of like when I'm gaining weight or losing weight, stuff like that. It's like a reminder when it get tight, and mine is getting tight, so I know it's time. But it's also a sign of like empowerment to know that waist bead is up under a fat roll, or up under what they call it, big bag. Is up under your big bag. To know that and to still be able to show it and have confidence in it or what have you. That is a powerful thing. Own your body, ladies. Own every roll, every crevice, everything. Because I'm telling you, once you own it, you're going to be surprised. And like I said, I'm not bragging or nothing. Yes, we all have aged or whatever. But every man I ever talked to in my life was gorgeous. Or they had their own thing going on. Now, they might have got old now, you know, it's a different thing, but, yeah. And I'm not saying that looks matter. Because we didn't make it, we're not married or nothing, but I'm just saying. Don't think that a guy won't be with you, or a certain type of guy won't be with you because of how you look. It's how you feel about you. Love you. Honor you. Don't let nobody tell you who you is. Amen. You determine who you are. You determine your self-worth. And my mama always told me, and I'm in with this because I got to get my eyebrow done. Don't look like what you're going through. If you got 10 cents in your pocket, you look like $1 million. That don't mean go broke or nothing like that. That mean do your thing. And I'm finna go do my thing and get the eyebrows up. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.